All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to open up by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who wrote well and preached the truth and truth and sincerity. Shalom to the whole elect. And this is the brother Amawan Ayash from the GMS Indianapolis camp coming back at you with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahshai. And the inspiration of this lesson comes from an article I came across off the End Time Headlines app, and as you can see, the headline to the article reads, it says, authorities are literally losing control of the streets as America's societal collapse accelerates. And also, we understand we in a time where the Lord, Yahweh Bashmi Ashai, is pretty much breaking down Babylon the Great from within, which also means Babylon the Great, today is modern day America. And the Lord is doing that, spiritually. All right. The finances of America are failing. And, ultimately, the Lord has it to where, the love of many is waxing cold within the earth, man. People are harboring ill will towards one another. There's no love for one another in these streets as we approach these last days. And it's ultimately going to get to the point where, individuals are going to, disregard the authorities. They're going to be killing one another, right? So on and so forth. And ultimately, when all is said and done, we understand all these things are leading up to the ultimate judgment of America. Okay, which is going to come in the form of the nuclear destruction. All right, but before the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Ashai brings about that nuclear destruction, the Lord, he's going to break down America in other ways, man, via the plagues. All right, via, nation rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom, via civil wars, right, so on and so forth. Okay, via setting the Egyptian against the Egyptian. All right, but as you read the article, it says, opinion, in a civilized society, authorities are able to maintain at least a basic level of law and order in the streets most of the time. Unfortunately, at this point, it is up for debate whether the United States is still a civilized society or not. The chaos in our streets seems to end. Salakia, the chaos in our streets never seems to end, and those that are in charge of running things don't seem to be able to regain control. The theft, violence, and mayhem that we are witnessing in our major cities is being fueled by the worst homelessness crisis in our entire city, the worst drug crisis, the worst homelessness crisis in our entire history, the worst drug crisis in our entire history, and the worst migration crisis in our entire history. Now, let's grab the book of Second Esdras. Chapter 15, and start at verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, which ultimately woe goes into sorrow, distress, destruction. Right? Because ultimately the Lord is bringing nothing but woes, evils, sorrows upon majority of the people that dwell upon the face of the planet Earth. Once you understand that the elect of Yahweh Bashmi Ashai, okay, they're going to be protected and shielded from all the things that are to come upon the earth. But those outside of the elect, okay, they're going to be caught up in this, man. In verse 15, it says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight another, and swords in their hands. So ultimately, you're going to have individuals, fighting and warring against one another, man, killing each other with the sword, man. All right, these are the times you're coming into, all right, because once again, we quoted it earlier, okay, but let's get it. Matthew, and these are words in the red letters, so these are the words of our Lord Yahweh Shai, Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, meaning what? Because iniquity and sin and wickedness shall increase in the earth. It says what? The love of many shall wax cold. So ultimately, at the end of the day, as people commit more wickedness, as sin and iniquity increases in the earth, as wickedness grows in the earth, all right, soon enough, all right, the love, the love that these people do have, ultimately, it's going to wax cold. And, people are not going to harbor, or show any kind of mercy towards one another. Okay, it's going to come a point in time where people, all right, it ain't going to be no time for talking. People are just, going to, kill one another, man. Because once again, the love of many is waxing cold, man. So also we understand, hey, man, it's about to get wicked out here, man. The authorities are losing control, okay, of what's going on in the streets, man. All right, ultimately, hey, man, the stage is being set, okay, for that great time of trouble, man. All right, and we know that great time of trouble to be what? The time of Jacob's trouble. You see, because during the time of Jacob's trouble, man, you're going to have a lot of things going on, man. People fighting against one another. Okay, Esau, Edom, so-called white man coming down with great wrath because if you have the short time. Or him implementing martial law. A lot of things are coming upon the earth in these last days, man. Okay, verse 13. It says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And, hey, man. If it be our lot, man, hey, the Lord, he going to have us here, all right, witnessing all these things, man. The Lord is going to literally have us, okay, witness all these things, all right, that come to pass, man. All right, whether it be the civil wars, man. Okay, people killing one another. Okay, the Lord, he's going to have us see, apparitions, the spirits of vengeance, okay, execute judgment. Right, so, hey, man, hey, this indeed is that lifetime in which, all these things will come to pass, man. Okay. Going back, verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Meaning what? Ultimately, like it says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Pretty much, hey, man, the people of the earth, man, they're going to disregard any kind of authority and take matters into their own hands, man. Because at the end of the day, in the times we coming into, all right, the main thing that's going to be on these individuals' minds, okay, is what? Survival. Okay, now let's pull up that word sedition in the common dictionary. We always go into it. Pretty much means speech, action or speech inciting a rebellion against the authority or the government. But let's look it up. See what we get word for word, right? It says conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. So complete rebellion against the authority. Okay, so we in these times where ultimately a majority of the people of the world, especially coming here to America, and guess what, man? They not listening to what the police got to say. All right, they're not listening to what the authorities have to say. Okay, they're not listening to the law and order that's set up by policemen. And ultimately, hey, those in authority, man, that goes for the so-called leaders of this world too, man. The various different presidents and vice presidents. That's why it says they should not regard their kings nor princes. Hey, man, the people of America, man, hey, man, they in that mood, and that's that spirit word to where hey, they don't give a fuck about none of the presidents, man. All right, all the presidents come off as a joke. All right, can't be taken seriously by other nations. And it's only a matter of time, okay, until that spirit fully breaks out here in Babylon the Great, aka America, to where the citizens of this country just say fuck it. Okay, we had enough of this shit, man. We taking matters into our own hands, right? So, hey, man, then the times we coming into, man. So, jumping back in the article, it says, if authorities cannot control our streets now, what is going to happen once our societal collapse reaches a much more advanced stage? Robin Batch and her husband were absolutely thrilled when they were able to purchase their dream home in Concord, New Hampshire several years ago. But now her children won't even play in the backyard because it has been taken over by a homeless encampment. A New Hampshire family is being terrorized by a homeless encampment that sprouted up behind their historic home, leading to violent encounters with the vagrants, according to a report. All right, let's get some scriptures, man. Hey, since we're still in Matthew 24, excuse me. Jump up to as a matter of fact, real quick, let's see what Luke the 21st chapter says. Salakia. It says, a matter of fact, let's get Isaiah the 19th chapter first. Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2. All right, it says, "Now I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." So in these last days, ultimately, first and foremost, we understand that we're in a spiritual Egypt, okay, pursuant to Revelation 11. So this Egypt that is talking about here in Isaiah 19 is indeed America. You see, and we in that time are where the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Hashai is indeed stirring up, okay, that spirit of contention and bad blood are between these Americans, man. And it's gonna get to the point where ultimately they're gonna fight one another, man. Now they're gonna kill one another. I put one another to death, man. Slay one another with the sword. Hey, man, that nothing but evil, all right, is coming here to the land of America. All right, nothing but evil and chaos. Okay. So yeah, let's jump back to Matthew 24. All right, and verse 7. All right, words in the red letters. So these are the words of our Lord Yahweh Shai. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows." See, so ultimately, these are the beginning of sorrows, man. Nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. Are you gonna have one people, all right, fight against the other? Okay, these are the things that are coming upon the earth in these last days, man. And Yahweh Shai said what? He said all these are the beginning of sorrows. Meaning, ultimately, when we see these things come to pass, it's only going to grow worse. You see, because, hey, once again, as I always say, when we see these things, it's really just the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Hashai warming up, okay, and preparing to bring much greater future judgments, man. All right. Luke 21, okay, and verse 9. It says, "But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not by and by." Now let's see, going to that word commotions. It says instability, state of disorder, disturbance, confusion. All right, so ultimately, when the country, okay, is warring, with the self, man, that is indeed a state of instability or disorder, man. All right, that land is currently in a disturbed state. Okay, when things are all chaotic, man. Okay, you can't bring, you can't make the people see eye to eye. All right, people just continue to kill one another and fight one another. Guess what, man? That is indeed a state, okay, of disorder. So, hey, man, these things we're seeing, these are all signs, okay, that we are indeed at the end of this kingdom, man. Okay, and that's it in Luke 21. But let's jump back to the article. It says Robin Batch and her husband spent years restoring their 19th century dream home in Concord to raise their two children, ages 8 and 11, but have been plagued by the campers living in the woods behind the palatial abode. They've received death threats and have heard gunshots and screams from beyond the tree line. A swing set in their backyard bought in 2020 during the pandemic sits untouched by her terrified children who will only play in the front yard. Thousands upon thousands of homeless encampments are popping up in communities all across the country. Batch and her family have been endlessly terrorized by those that are camping out just behind her property. It says, and it is being reported that she has called the police 37 times. You see? And look, that just goes to show you, what times we in. Because, hey, it says she called the police 37 times, man. It shouldn't have to take, no 37 times, calling the police to relieve, okay, some distress, man. All right. But, hey, man, we see a lot of authorities, okay, around the world are actually turning in a badge, man, and quitting the force, So, hey, man, authorities aren't responding, in a timely manner like they used to. and you got certain authorities that are pretty much, retiring and, turning in the badge. Hey, man, the stage is being set, all right, for the things that the scriptures, are speaking upon, man. The Egyptian against the Egyptian, the people fighting against one another with the sword, so on and so forth. The stage is literally being set, okay, for all hell to break loose, man, for chaos to erupt in the earth. It says, since purchasing the house in 2018 with grand plans to renovate and raise a family, Batch has called police 37 times, according to police records reviewed by the newspaper. It says 6 calls were for an area check, another 6 for disturbances, as well as domestic violence and criminal trespassing incidents. I suppose that they could sell the house at a loss and move someplace where the homeless have not taken over yet. But the problem is that the homeless encampments keep on spreading to new areas. Meanwhile, the violence in our major cities just continues to escalate. Over the 4th of July holiday weekend, a total of 109 people were shot in the city of Chicago. 109 people have been shot, 19 fatally, in gun violence across Chicago since Wednesday during the extended 4th of July holiday weekend, police said. And hey, man, that's the love of meaning waxing cold, man. Excuse me. It says, Superintendent Larry Snelling and Mayor Brandon Johnson both called for accountability for those responsible in the shootings. It says Johnson was pressed to address what adjustments needed to be made to keep the community safe. His response was simply getting more support. Oh, well, that's I guess it takes you to another website, but I'm gonna leave the article right there on the End Time Headlines app. But hey, man, without further ado, we're gonna get about a scripture or two. All right, and that'll be the lesson. So let's go here to the book of Ezekiel. Right, the 7th chapter, and beginning in verse 5. It says, "Thus said the Lord Yahweh, an evil and only evil, behold, is come." And we understand that the word evil means bad times. And within these bad times that are coming upon the earth, what's going to happen, man? All right, people are going to fight against one another. All right, the love of many is going to wax cold. All right, there's not going to be any regard for the authorities, man. All right, so on and so forth. These are all things, all right, that are showing us that we are indeed at the end of this kingdom. Verse 6, "And the end is come, it watches for thee, behold, it is come." And jumping down to verse 25, it says, "Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none." And ultimately, all these things, and all these judgments and plagues and evils that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yashai is bringing upon the earth. Also, we understand these things, are ultimately going to lead up to the grand destruction, which Yahweh Bashim Yashai intends to bring upon the earth. Which ultimately, that grand destruction is what? That nuclear destruction. Okay. Let's grab this in Isaiah, the 24th chapter. And verse 10. It says, "The city of confusion is broken down," which ultimately we understand the city of confusion is dealing with Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America. Because the word Babylon itself, all right, means what? Confusion. Right? It says, "Every house is shut up that no man may come in." Hey, it's gonna get really bad out here, man. Hey, we're gonna there's gonna be lockdowns again, martial law, so on and so forth. Okay, just like during the time of the first demic, okay, in 2020, hey man, you had curfews. All right, certain times which you could be outside, out and about, right? But hey, it's gonna come a point in time where, hey man, houses are gonna be locked up in general, man. And we seen how people reacted, all right, back then during the demic, man. All right, fighting for toilet paper and paper, napkin rolls and shit like that. So just imagine, this time around, man. If a Black Swan event takes place, or if another demic arises, man. Okay, just imagine what's going to happen this time around, man. And let's read it in the NLT. All right, it says, "The city writhes in chaos every home is locked to keep out intruders. But the top half of that verse is what I want to get, where it says, "What the city rises in chaos." So ultimately, nothing is coming to America, aka Babylon the Great. All right, nothing but chaos is coming to this land. And see, and the reason why the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Ashai is letting all this happen is also because wickedness had conceivably polluted the whole earth, man. So ultimately, hey, at the end of the day, man, it's just America's time, to pay for their wickedness, man. But I'm gonna close out right there. I pray that this lesson was edifying to the body, and I pray that you got something out of this. And without further ado, I would like to close out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and preach the truth and truth and sincerity. Shalom to the hopefully elect. And Lord's, I'll see you in the next lesson. Till then, Shalom.